Okay. So coming onto the mat and walking it out. Good job. Nice and relaxed. Stretch and reach the hands up above you. Extend them out to the sides. Down to the side. And stop the walking. Feet to hip distance, toes spread out nice and wide, heels pushed down nice and deep, and right the way through the center of the feet. Keeping the knees soft, but extending through the body nice and tall. Pull that piece of string to lengthen through the neck at the end there. Let's turn the head to the left to look over the shoulder. Hold it there. And back to center. Head to the right. Back to center. Looking up to the ceiling. And back and down. Back to the center. Good job. Placing the hands on the hips, so not on the waist, actually on the hip bones, on the pelvis, so we can feel what the bones are doing as we're moving that pelvis and that pelvic tilt to start with. So knees nice and soft. And then gently tucking the tailbone under and tilting the pelvis forward. And then the opposite way, pushing the tailbone up and away behind you. Tilting that pelvis forward. So keeping the back nice and straight and the neck extended. So don't fold with the tilt. Keep the upper body nice and still. Continuing there. Tilting under and away. Now making that movement a little bit smaller each time, until finally the tailbone is heading down and the top of the pelvis is horizontal. Keep the hands there as we move to switch on those abdominals. So let's draw that belly button in towards the spine. Squeeze and hold it there. Nice and tight. Tighten that belt all the way to notch number 10. Squeeze and hold. And release and relax. Halfway this time, notch number 5, squeeze and hold. Don't forget to breathe at the same time. It's about training those abdominals to work separately from the rest of the body. Release. And this time, notch number 3 on the belt, a gentle squeeze and hold there. Good job. Pelvic floor, squeeze, lift, engage, bring it all the way up to level 10 to start with. And release and relax, halfway, level 5, squeeze and hold. And release, and finally level 3, a gentle squeeze and hold there, well done. From here, we're going to go into our side bend. So we're going to stretch and reach up with one hand and over to the side. Stretch and extend directly above us before we switch hands. Other side, stretch, reach, over. Back up to the center, extend those fingers up directly as we bring them down. One more on each side, stretch, reach, over. Back to center. As we bring it down, make sure the shoulders are staying down and relaxed. Stretch, reach, over. And back to center. Good job. Bringing the hands up to the shoulders now, relaxing the shoulders, extending the elbows out to the side as we move into our spine twist. So hips staying glued, facing forward, and just the upper body twisting. Breath in, engage, exhale, twist. Make sure the head comes with you. Don't let the head lead it and head off on its own. Make sure it stays central to the shoulders. Breath in, exhale back to center. And again, the other side. Inhale, twist, exhale. Inhale, exhale back to center. One more on each side. Breath in, exhale to twist. Inhale, then exhale back to center. Last one. Good job. From here, we're going to place the hands onto the head or just above if you want to. And we're going to bring the elbows forward, 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 forward. Squeezing them together as close as they'll go and then opening them up, relaxing the shoulder blades down the back as we push and open up behind us. And again, bring them forward, forward, forward. Squeeze them together and opening. Pushing the chest out, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And again, forward. And back. Good job. From here, we're going to release the hands, circle them around, bring them down to the sides and extend the neck nice and tall. Now we're going to grab our hand weights or our tin cans. Good job. We're going to hold them in our hands with the hands wrapped around the center. There we go. And we're going to relax them down by our sides. Feet are at hip distance, knees nice and soft, shoulders relaxed, neck extended, bringing them up halfway. Hold it there. Get the arm muscles used to those extra weights at the end of the wrists. And again, up to the shoulder now. So extended nice and long, but the shoulders are relaxed, the neck is extended, knees are nice and soft. From here, we're going to draw them together in front of us. We're going to imagine there's a big ball in front of us, a big balloon, and we're going to squeeze it. So we're going to push against it, resist as we bring the cans together in front. And again, extend, reach, find that lovely level position. And again, squeeze. So don't just drop them in front of you. If you squeeze, get lots more of the arm muscles working and extend. And again, squeeze. And up. This time we're going to alternate. So one comes down, squeeze. And our job is to keep the other one nice and level. And then bring it back up again. Other side, bringing it forward, right to the center of the body and back, alternating across and up and again and up. Good job. From here, the hands are coming forward and the cans are turning up so that the palms are underneath, okay? So your level one option is to bring the hands down to the waist. If this suits you better, tuck the elbows in and curl up from here. So this is your level one, okay? Your level two is to keep them extended at shoulder height and drawing in and out, keeping the elbows up, keeping the arms nice and long. So choose what works for you. A little bit more resistance up here, but choose the level. And out. One more, both together. And again, we're going to alternate. So bring them both into the shoulders or into the hips and then extend one away. Coming back in. Extend the other one away. Back in. Keep going. I'm going to show you the waist version as well. So just one coming up or the other one coming up. And again. Good job. That's it. Good job. From here, if you're up to your shoulders, bring them out, extend and draw down. Pop the hand weights down now, and we're going to move into our legs. So we're coming down. So standing at the end of your mat, ready to work the legs. Good job, well done. So from here, we're going to just step forward and lunge. So feet together to start with at hip distance, then step forward with one foot. Both the toes are facing forward. Push through those hips. Feel that knee pushing forward and keeping that heel glued down at the back as we push forward into that lunge and hold. So you should feel a lovely stretch all the way up the back of the calf towards up to the hip. Bending forward a little bit more. See if you can't extend that stretch a bit more. Holding it there. and switch. So we're coming back to hip distance, stepping forward with the other foot. So holding it in position and then seeing if we can't encourage that knee forward a little bit further and extend that stretch a little bit more, but making sure that heel stays down on the floor to get that stretch. Good job. From here, we're going to move into our squats. So making sure that the knees stay behind the toes is our key. So we take a breath in, we engage the core and the pelvic floor. We're going to sit back down as we bring the arms forward to help us with a counterbalance. Hold that squat. Now we breathe in, engage, as well as pushing through the legs, we're going to engage that pelvic floor and that core to help to support us to bring us back up to standing. And again, squat down, sitting back, breath in, engage, drawing up, pushing through, standing nice and tall at the end. And again, sit. Breath in, engage, draw up, nice and tall. Last one, we're going to hold it if we can. Sit back down and hold. That's it. And standing up nice and tall. Good job. From here, make sure that you're at the back of your mat as we move into our roll downs. Feet at hip distance, shoulder blades back and down, neck nice and lengthened. Breath in, engage. Chin comes to the chest, shoulders roll forward. Head relaxes and releases. Let those arms just hang freely. Keep a little bend in the knee at all times. And just hang out here for a moment. Feel those fingertips reaching as far as they can, but just gently to start with. And just use the natural weight of the body to stretch right the way through the calves, up, through, over the back, and into the neck. When you're ready, breath in, engage, restack the spine, one vertebrae at a time, like building blocks, nice and slowly. Finishing with shoulders back and down, neck nice and lengthened. And again, breath in, engage, chin to chest, rolling forward. Good job. Hang out here for a moment. Enjoy that lovely stretch. Last one coming up. Breath in, engage, restack the spine, keeping the hips nice and level, keeping those fingertips level, shoulders nice and level. Back and down with the shoulders, neck extended. Last one. This time we're coming down and then we're coming onto the mat. So breath in, engage, chin to chest, shoulders roll forward. Relax into that stretch. Feel those fingertips coming a little bit closer to the floor each time. And then when you're ready, bringing the fingers down either side and bringing both knees down together. And we're coming forward onto all fours. Good job. So let's make sure we're nice and square in our box position. So wrists directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips, feet at hip distance. From here, we're going to move into our Cobra Flow, a nice flow of three moves rather, to help us to flex and mobilize the spine and to engage the core muscles ready to work out. So we're going to step the hands one hand length forward. So they're just in front of where the hands would be in our square position. We're going to start with the cat. So breath in, engage, head lowers, spine arches up towards the ceiling, head comes between the arms, hold it there, don't rush straight into the next move, make sure you enjoy each one. When we finished our cat, our head leads this time as it pushes down through the arms towards the knees, sitting back down, and we go down into child's pose with the head looking down between the legs. Hold it there. When you're ready, the nose hovers just above the mat and it snakes forward as the elbows open to allow us to come forward on the mat. Right at the end, We lift the eyes to get a little cobra head just at the end. And then the eyes lower and the head curves as we come into the cat again. Making sure that the hips come back above the knees and we come back to that start position. Stretch through that cat and then we go all again. So the head now comes down towards the knees as we move into child's pose with the head looking through the feet. Relax there. Breath in and then snaking forward as the elbows open, bring us forward. And then right at the end, the eyes lift, the head lifts to look forward just a tiny bit. And then the head lowers and tucks under as we push through to come into that cat. And again, head comes back. One last time, back into child's pose. Snaking forward, cobra head, tuck it under, back up and finishing in cat, pushing the spine up towards the ceiling. And then sitting back just for a moment, just shake it out the arms. Then we're going to come straight back forward as we move into down dog. So we're going to tuck the toes under, pushing the heels down. We're going to push the hips and the bottom up towards the ceiling, pushing the heels back down. The head is lowering between the arms. Ears are staying level with the arms. Bottom is pushing up to the ceiling. That's your key, pushing those hips up and pushing those heels down. Hold it here if you can. Come down if you need to. Breath in, exhale and bring it down. So bending the knees, coming forward. Lovely. Into child's pose proper. Toes together, knees nice and wide, folding down and forward and relaxing here. Good job. Well done. Well done. So that Cobra Flow is a really nice little set of stretches to release and get the body moving, get that spine nice and flexible and mobilized. Again, a nice one to do in the morning. Get up, warm the body up, few arm circles, neck turns, roll down, and then move into that Cobra just to get you started for the day. We're going to move now down onto our tummies and we're going to move into our one leg kick. So now we're going to be working on strengthening the hip flexors and the hamstrings. And we're going to be working across the shoulders as well. Now, whenever we're working with the shoulders, make sure that they stay relaxed throughout. Excuse me. To start with, the head comes down onto the hands. The hands make a nice little pillow. The shoulders relax. Upper body relaxes entirely. Now, the feet are at hip distance here. We're going to start with the legs to set us up for that one leg kick. So we're going to start with breath in, engage. Draw that belly button up away from the mat, up towards the spine. Once it's engaged, drawing the foot directly up to the hip and then pulsing. 1, 2, and then controlling and keeping all the muscles engaged until the foot is all the way back down. So don't let the foot come round. Sometimes it likes to come sideways, round and up. Make sure it comes directly up and make sure you control the motion all the way up and all the way back down. Don't let it just drop down. And opposite side, pulse, pulse, and lower. So while we're working, making sure that the belly button is drawn in towards the spine and lower. And again, pulse, pulse, control that lower. And again, pulse, pulse, and lower. Good job. So the legs know what they're going to do now, and we're going to make it a little bit harder for them as we move into the full exercise. So the elbows now come directly underneath the shoulders. It's really, really important they're directly underneath. they're too far out, there's no support. If they're too far in, we can't move freely. So make sure they're directly underneath the shoulders. Forearms nice and long, thumbs pointing up towards the ceiling. Neck is extended, shoulder blades are relaxed down. Now from here, we're going to take a breath in, engage. We're going to lift the hips just off of the mat, just a tiny little hover off of the mat, but they're off the mat. The pubic bone is facing down to the mat, pointing down, that's our lowest point. And then the spine is in a nice straight line extending all the way out. The eyes are looking just diagonally forward of the hands to keep that neck nice and straight. With the hips lifted, add that leg pulse in, 1, 2, lower, slowly. Don't let the hips tilt. The leg up, pulse, 1, 2, lower. And again, pulse in, 1, 2. As you lower, don't let the hips come down with you. And again. Now, if it's too much to have the hips lifted throughout, then just lower the hips for a moment. Carry on with the legs, and then bring the hips back up when you're ready. Build the strength up, build up the levels. And lower. And again. Remind yourself to keep the neck and the shoulders relaxed. Don't let them tense. And lower. One more here. And lower. Then from this position, we're going to tuck the toes in and go straight up. Imagine there's a band around your waist as we go straight up into leg pull prone. Now, if this full extended leg pull prone is too much, then we leave the hips down, leave the toes down, and we come up with the hips. So this is your level 1 option, with the hips raised much, much further up and the back nice and flat. The eyes are looking down. Hips are extending away. Top of the head is extending away. Or your level 2 option is tucking the toes under and extending the heels. Either way, bring it down now. Relax for a moment, release. Don't move out of the positioning. We're going to go again one more time if you want to. Breath in, engage, choose which level, push, extend. Breathe for me, relax through the shoulders. It's a big ask. And lower, bring the knees down, release the toes, release the hands. Bring them round to make a little pillow for the head. Open the legs a little bit wider than hip distance and turn the toes in towards each other and relax down into the mat. Whew. Good job. When you're ready, just gently turn the head to the other side and relax to the other side. Good job. Nice build up of 3 little steps there, taking us right the way through, from starting with some focused exercises for the hip flexors, hams and shoulders, and then moving right the way through to that leg pull prone, which is hard work, but it's full body, toning the body throughout, all the muscles firing at the same time, together, parallel, which means they're going to grow strong together rather than ending up, we quite often end up with one side stronger than the other. Lovely. When you're ready, coming onto your side, and we're going to move into working through the core. We're going to work through the legs now. We're going to give the legs some work, and we're going to work those obliques, these lovely side waist muscles. So our positioning on our side, we're doing our side hip lift, leg lift and hip lift. Make sure that the elbow is directly underneath the shoulder. Forearm is nice and long. Hand is down, spread on the mat. Help take some of that weight. The feet are in line with the spine in a nice straight line. And then my knees are bent forward of the body. Okay, so my body's in a straight line here. Think about the frame for me, the Pilates frame. So I want you to pin back this top shoulder. Quite often we end up here hunched down, okay? So I want to imagine you're a picture frame. You've got a picture frame pinned from one shoulder to the other, and it's pinned down to the hips and across the hips. That lovely portrait shaped picture frame is pinned there, which means you can't bend and fold with it, okay? We're going to help it by lifting that waist up. We're going to straighten the back and the neck. We're going to keep that lower waist lifted. Through the exercise, that's the thing that's going to happen. The waist is going to drop, drop, drop down here, and we're going to lose that frame. It's going to twist. Your job is to keep it up, extended, lengthened, nice and tall. Now, to help keep that frame and that waist lifted so that the waist's really going to work hard, we're going to bring the top hand up towards the head. It's just going to balance just behind the head. And we're going to use it in extension with the legs to make sure that we keep the waist and the upper body working with us. We're going to extend that top leg, making sure the hips are level, one on top of the other. So when we're ready, breath in, engage, waist lifted. We're going to lift the leg and the hand at the same time. Then we're going to lower. Now it's a very small leg lift. We're just coming up here and then we're coming down again. So we're just coming up to straight and then we're coming down. Now, if you can, try and hover just above the other foot. Try not to lower the foot back down to the floor. But if you're building up with this exercise, then you can, of course. But if you want to push it a little bit further, then we'll lift and extend. Good job. Try and relax through the shoulders. If the top arm isn't working for you, you can bring it down in front of you, but just pop the fingertips on the floor to keep that top shoulder open and keep that waist lifted. Good job. This time we're going to lift and hold. So we're going to hold it up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to lower. Then we're coming up again. Good job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lower. Bringing that top knee up. Try not to come out of position too much because we're going to move straight into the clam, but we're going to come off this forearm. We're going to relax the shoulders and that top arm a little bit. So we're still in a nice straight line. You can either sit like me with your head up on that front arm, or you can bring it down entirely. As long as you keep the eyes forward and the back nice and straight, you can bring it down onto the mat completely for this one. As we move into our clam. So here our focus is keeping our hips parallel. That lovely square frame again is going to stay in place to stop the hips rolling back. Feet are together. The edges of the feet are glued together, and we're going to use them as a little hinge as we open up from the knee. So we're going to lift the knee up, 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 as far as it will go without moving the hip back. So obviously if we roll the hip back, the knee's going to open further. We don't want that because we want to use that lift to stretch through that hip flexor. Then I want you to imagine there's a nice ball, little gym ball between your knees, and I want you to squeeze it as you bring that knee back down again. And again, lift and pull them apart, open the knees as far as you can, and then squeeze and lower. So you should feel the hip flexors stretching. You should feel the glutes working here. Nice workout for the bottom. Stretch, push that knee up towards the ceiling. Squeeze and lower. And again, so the upper body can be completely relaxed. Obviously, our core is still engaged. That's still going to support the lower body work. And release. If you can, not relax entirely in between each exercise. So again, just hover the knee just above the other knee once you get into the flow and you've got the strength there. It will just give you a bit more workout if you can keep that engagement throughout. Last one here. And relax. Now draw the knees up, bring the upper body down, curl up into a little ball just for a moment and relax it all out. Good job. Well done. When you're ready, we're then going to come onto our back and we're going to work a little bit more on our curl up that we were building on last term. And we're going to build it into a curl up with a knee lift option if you want it. So the curl up is about working the abdominals from the top half of the body rather than just using the legs as weights. We're going to use the upper body as well. But to do this, we need to train the neck to stay relaxed and to let the abs strengthen over time. It will take time to take over some of that lifting of the head. Okay. So for this exercise, we're going to start with the feet and the knees together, tucked in up towards my bottom, bent knees, shoulders are relaxed down. I'm going to place one hand underneath the head where the skull hits the neck, joins the neck. That's where the thumb is placed. So the hands are at the bottom of the head, just supporting. Now, remember, I'm allowing you as a special treat to have your hands here behind your head. That does not mean that they're going to grasp onto the head and the arms are going to pull us up, okay? It just means they're there for a little bit of support, a little cushion for us. But all the work is going on here in the abdominals, okay? It's all about ribs going towards the hips to reduce the distance here, curling up through the shoulders, curving the spine while we go. So it's a curl up, remember, not a straight lift. When we're ready, breath in, engage. Make sure the spine is in neutral. Often when we place the hands behind the head, the spine arches up from the mat. Your job is to draw it down and keep it in neutral. As we exhale, we curve the top half of the ribs. Then we grab that rope with the sternum in our imagination and we draw it down towards the hips as we look towards the knees. Then we take a breath in. As we exhale, we keep everything engaged and we gently push the head back into the hands to place it back down again. And again, breath in, engage, drawing up on that rope, pulling us up, squeezing the abdominals. Breath in, exhale, coming down, pushing the head, extending and lengthening the neck. And again, breath in, engage, drawing up, up, up. Looking through, back down, and relax. Okay, so that's your level one. If you're just starting out with this exercise, then carry on with that one, okay? Your level two, I want you to walk the feet out to hip distance. So if you're not sure, it goes toes out, heels out, and that will place the feet at hip distance, okay? So from here, we're just going to do a couple here with the feet at hip distance. Breath in, engage, spine at neutral. Remember, the abs are doing the lifting, not the hands. Looking up, looking through the knees this time. Breath in, exhale, control that lower as you come back down. And again, breath in, exhale, squeeze, lift, lower, relax down. That's your level two. Our next option, our next addition is we're going to add the one leg lift. So knee directly above the hip, shin parallel with the ceiling, foot relaxed. Now that foot, you need to pretend it's set in concrete. It's not going anywhere. It's not to move out as the head and shoulders come up, which you might think about doing. Shoulders relaxed, breath in, engage, drawing up those ribs, looking forward. Breath in, exhale, come down. Good job. And again, breath in, curling up. And down. Okay, good job. Let's bring that foot down, other foot. Breath in, engage, spine in neutral, bring it up to right angles. Last couple here and then we're done, okay? Breath in, engage, drawing up through the ribs to hips. And slowly lowering. Don't let the hands take over. If you're tired, just take a break. Last one, breath in, engage, ribs to hips, squeeze, ribs to hips, drawing up, breath in, exhale to lower, release. Now, keep the back engaged just while you bring that foot down. Don't let go of that core until that foot is down and moves into full body stretch, nice and long, knowing that the work is done, and relax there. Whew. Good job. So that curl up is superb because we're working, strengthening the lower back, and we're strengthening the abdominals right from the upper, the mid, and the lower, but particularly the upper and the mid. So we work on our lower and mid using the legs, and now we're getting those upper abs working for us, helping us with that lifting motion. Breath in, exhale, and bring the arms back over and beside you on the mat. And then we're going to either just roll over onto your other side to do our leg work on the other side. I'm just going to switch ends to do the same. So choose whether you want to just roll over or switch sides. Good job. So we're going to work on the side hip lift on this side now. And we're going to make sure that the elbow is directly underneath the shoulder. And remember that frame. So immediately lift that waist up, extend that neck. Feet in line with the spine, knees bent forward. Lifting the waist, lifting the hips. Nice long line. Placing the hand up above the head to open up the shoulders. Extend and lengthen the leg. When we're ready, breath in, engage, lift and lower. And again, lift and lower. Now, as we lower, don't let this waist lift, keep it up, keep it up. If you can, hover just above the other foot in between each lift, all the better, but don't worry if you're still building up that strength. So lift. Good job. One more here. And then we're going to bring it up and hold. So up and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Then come again. Up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep the toe pointed, the leg extended, and bring it down. So bring the knees together. Relax that upper body down. So we're going to relax down, and then we're going to work into our clam here. So nice and straight. Excuse me. Hips are stacked. Feet are glued together, one on top of the other. They're our little hinge. So when we're ready, relax this top arm down here. Make sure this top shoulder relaxes. This one often stays tense. Relax it down. Breath in, engage the core still, and push and open up that top knee. And then squeeze that gym ball, that little gym ball for me. Squeeze it. Don't close if you can't, don't have to, and come straight away again to opening up again. And lower, squeeze and lift. Keeping those hips stacked. Don't let them roll back behind you and help you out. Use that knee, use the lift to work the muscles. And again. Lift and lower. Good job. Well done. Last one here. Lift and lower and relax. Curl down and round into a little ball. And relax here. Good job. Feel those hip flexors and those glutes working hard, stretching and toning. Really important. When we're ready, we're going to move on to our back. And we're going to move on to our arm circles. So now we're going to work on improving shoulder stability and mobility. Okay. So it's really important here to make sure that we're strengthening through the upper body as well. So feet are at hip distance. nicely drawn towards the bottom. Shoulder blades tucked down underneath us. Eyes are looking up to the ceiling. To start with, arms are extended nice and long by the side of the body. Breath in, engage, and make sure the spine is in neutral. So that's halfway between flat on the mat and fully arched. Halfway is that neutral spine position. Hold it there and lift and extend those hands for me. Fingertips reaching up towards the ceiling, palms facing each other. Okay, from here we're going to arm circles. So I want you to imagine that your middle finger is a pencil, and we're going to draw a circle the size of a saucer on the ceiling. We're going to draw the circles by drawing the palms in towards each other to start with, and then circling out from each other. Those circles need to be absolutely perfect. So we're going to have to go slowly and carefully. We're reaching with those fingertips the whole time to keep them as far up towards the ceiling as we can. Gently circling round. So this is about control and precision as we strengthen through the shoulder joints. This is also about, again, working to counterbalance any weakness on one side to the other. Now we're going to circle and go the other way. Palms come towards each other, down and out and round. Good job. Okay, so the arms know what they're going to do now. Now we're going to add some complexity. We're going to keep the mind active as well. And now we're going to take a breath in, engage, and bring one leg up to right angle. Placing it nicely to start with, making sure the knee is above the hip, the shin is parallel, the foot is relaxed. Now, I want you to keep the hand that is next to the knee that is raised is going to do the work, okay? So in my case, I've got my left knee raised, so my left hand is going to circle in and round. So I'm extending the fingertips on the opposite hand, and I'm keeping that leg nice and level while I circle just the one hand. And the other way, circle it the other way. So keeping the spine in neutral, gently circling back to center. Good job. Now both hands circle, the leg stays still. Both of them circling out. And the other way, circling in. And hold. Breath in, engage, and bring one leg back down. The leg, making sure the spine is still in neutral. Breath in, engage, extend, bring the other leg up to right angle. Again, start with same leg, same hand, right arm, right leg if you're with me on that one. Don't worry if you're not. And circle. So just one arm to start with. Trying to keep the leg still and level and controlled while just the arm is moving. The fingertips are extended and reaching right up towards the ceiling and drawing those beautiful, precise circles and circling the other way now. Good job. Hold it still. And both hands now circling back to that original motion, coming together and then out. Good job. And finally coming the other way. And hold. Lower the foot now. When you're ready, relax the arms beside you. Draw the knees into the chest and give them a good hug. Squeezing them with the arms, that will help the arms to release and relax as well. Good job. Well done. That's going to work the strength through the shoulders and through the forearms, keeping them nice and toned and strong. Well done. Good job. From here, we're going to relax into our full body stretch, nice and long. Stretch and reach. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale through the mouth, relax and melt down into the mat. Just hold it here for a moment. On the next exhale, gently draw the hands back over to the sides of the body. From here, we're going to draw one of the knees up, 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 and draw it into the chest and give it a good squeeze. Now, if you need the other knee to be raised here, then do the same. So bend it and bring it up here, or if you're able to stretch and extend, then do that also. It's entirely up to you. Good job. Squeeze that knee into the chest. And switch. So draw the other knee in, switching over, and then either bringing the other one back to bent here or extending and lengthening if you can. Good job. Drawing both of the feet so that the knees are bent together now. And we're going to extend, picking up one foot. We're going to bring the heel to lead and the toe drawing back in. So we're pushing away with the heel to make the leg nice and long and straight. When it's nice and straight, we can draw it up, 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 straight up. Now, again, where it comes will be different for everybody. What matters is that the heel is pushed away, the toes are drawn back in, and you get that lovely stretch through the back of the leg. If you want to support it with the hands as you draw it as close as you can while pushing that heel away, then do so. Good job. When you're ready, point the toe, bend the knee, and bring the foot back down. Other side the same. So pick the foot up and flex it first, then push away with that heel. And then when you're ready, drawing it as far as you can comfortably up, focusing on pushing the heel away to get that stretch down the back of the leg. And lower, point the toe, flex the foot back down and bring it back to the floor. Well done. Walk the feet together now, walk the knees together and gently open up just the knees, keeping the feet together and just as far as they'll come to just relax and open up through the hips. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good job. When you're ready, use those core muscles to draw the knees back up to center, keeping the feet and knees joined together. Extend and lengthen the arms to either side of you. And then we're going to drop the knees to one side and the hips are allowed to come with. And we're going to just gently twist the neck and head to the opposite direction to get that lovely spine twist. Relax into it. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. This time using the core muscles to draw those knees back up to center, and then take them over to the other side and twisting the head in the opposite direction. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. When you're ready, gently drawing back into center and relaxing here. Bringing the hands down to the side for a moment, keeping the knees together, just gently walking the feet out to the side. I want you to make a nice little tent, a little pyramid with the knees here. As we move into our relaxed position, I want you to pop your hands onto your tummy here. Now, if having the knees raised here in this position doesn't work for you for our relax, then just make your way into a relaxed position that works better for you. From here, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to take a deep breath in through the nose, filling up the lungs, and out through the mouth. Taking time to empty them completely. And again, deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. On the next exhale, I want you to feel the tummy muscles relaxing down towards the mat. Then feel the shoulders and the arms relaxing too. Finally, feel the feet melting down and spreading into the mat. Just take a moment to totally relax. Keeping your eyes closed, gently rock the head to one side. And draw it back to center. And over to the other side. And back to center. Now gently opening your eyes and repeating, rocking the whole head to one side. And back to center. And over to the other side. and back to center. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. When you're ready, gently make your way onto your side. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. When you're ready, slowly make your way onto all fours. Making sure the knees and the feet are at hip distance before you tuck the toes under. Walk the hands back and roll back up the way we came down. Extending the shoulders back and down, lengthening the neck up and away. Arm circles to finish. Deep breath in to come up and out to circle. And again, in and out. Last time, stretch, reach up, bring it onto your toes if you want to. Bring the hands round to the prayer and give yourselves a good clap. Well done, everybody. Good job.